I kind of feel like I, I'm having a really hard time, and I've been pondering on this for a while. That I don't remember growing up and hearing the word inclusion, but then suddenly I feel like it has become like an extremely prominent word that everyone is suddenly like. There's all these companies and all these groups who are like very inclusive groups, and it seems really strange to me because I feel like if we were truly inclusive, would we have to say it? You know, do you need a name to like explain that you are cool with all kinds of people? That it almost seems like we've created this buzzword that's cool and hip, and that will get us good karma and good rep on some of the people around us, or with some clients, or with some social groups and all these things. But I don't know that we're I don't know that we really understand the extent that I feel like in many ways when people talk about inclusion and diversity, they're talking about um, people from the LGBT community and people who are not in the LGBT community and people who are white and people who are black, and then maybe Hispanic people, um, and I don't know what else. Like I feel like it doesn't sound like we're talking about inclusion of nature or inclusion of human beings as human beings. It feels like we're talking about inclusion of certain people. And then the other thing that I feel like is kind of particular about that idea is, say that there's a group of people who are inclusive, all right, um, and they're welcoming of people from any nationality and any belief and any um, sexual orientation or whatever it is. They're super inclusive. They're hyper inclusive, ultra inclusive. Say that someone joins this group, and it turns out that this person that joined the group is making a lot of remarks that seem racist. What do you do? Do you remove this person from the group because they do not seem like they are inclusive? Then would that not make you non-inclusive? Does that where I'm going is, where is the line between us thinking, us patting ourselves on the back and being like, hey, I accept everyone except these people? Like, how is that different than being non-inclusive? And so I don't know. I think it's sort of like an exploration, and definitely like a type of people watching intrigue that I've had for a while, because in a sense, like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand. I don't. First of all, like I mentioned earlier, like, I don't understand why we need a word for it. But I think having a word for it maybe implies to us, even if it is subconsciously, even if we don't, it's not at a level that we consciously accept, that we are not inclusive, that we need to say it because we're trying to believe it. But in truth, we don't know what inclusivity truly means. Like, we don't know where it is that we're supposed to draw the line between people that we're going to accept around us and people that we are not going to accept around us. And I think even more importantly, where do we draw the line between people that we're going to accept around us based on what the rest of the people around us are going to think about them, and in term about us for being with them and for being around them and for being involved with them or in a relationship with them? That this is where I feel like it all sort of like hits the fan in terms of complexity. Like, who are we being inclusive for? Are we being inclusive for social points, sort of like credit, or to be in good standing? Are we being inclusive because we truly feel like we want to get to a point in which we can accept everyone? Are we trying to um, make more friends? Like, what the heck are we really trying to do? And I think in exploring this idea, and I'm really intrigued to like continue to see this developing in society more, because I would really like to understand like what the hell's going on. But I think definitely in exploring this idea, we can understand more about ourselves and how we make decisions of the people that are around us. Because I think so very often the decisions that we make for the people that we want around us aren't truly ours. That I think in many ways we make decisions based on what other people think of the people, what we think that other people think of the people that we have around us, as opposed to what we think and how we feel about the people that we have around us.